Hi, my name's Lorna Farrell. I just want to share a teensy little bit today about hope. On my one of my social media pages, a memory came up of a poem that I wrote a few years ago. It's just 4 little lines, which I'm going to read now. The poem's actually called Strong, and it's just: the little seed is blown, tossed away, left alone. Time passes, dreams and fears, and into the cracks a little flower appears. Her name is Hope. And that's really, it got me thinking, actually that's what hope is. It's a little flower that you see growing beside a motorway or in a pavement next to a supermarket or something. It's a rainbow in a grey sky when all around it just looks like rain and dreariness. And that rainbow gives you hope that the sun will shine again. Or I was thinking, it's like when your circumstances are just so troubling, everything's dark. It's like everything is completely dark and overwhelming. But hope is a ray of light. It's that beam of light. And yes, it doesn't mean everything suddenly changes, but it just means it's not all dark. My hope as a Christian is in the Lord. And when I read his word, there's actually a verse in Proverbs 13 verse 12, which says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. And I used to use that against God. I used to be like, mwaha. Well, yeah, my heart's sick, Lord, because you haven't answered all my hopes and desires. Everything that I hope for isn't happening. So come on, even your word says, my heart's sick. And the rest of it says, but when desire comes, it's like a tree of life. And actually, I realised today, the verse doesn't say your desires deferred makes a heart sick. It says hope deferred. And my understanding is that if we don't have hope, that's when our hearts are sick. So it's not just when you get what you hoped for. It's when you stop daring to believe that things might get better. A lot of you know my story, some of you don't, but 10 years ago I had an operation that was supposed to change my life for the better. Not. I had a mesh implant, and 4 years ago it had perforated my bladder and I needed an operation to get it removed. And that left me with permanent nerve damage, using a wheelchair or a walker or crutches and in constant chronic pain. I've been taking morphine for 4 years now. So you could say life is a bit bleak, but you know what? A band of us came together called Scottish Mesh Survivors, and we hoped that we could do something to make a difference. Going up against big pharmaceuticals and mesh manufacturers, it's multi-mega million dollar industry and pound industry, euro industry, whatever. But you know what? We had hope. We believed that the fact that we had justice on our side meant we could make a difference. And a couple of weeks ago, the Scottish Health Secretary halted the use of mesh in the procedure that maimed me, and she's put a high vigilance alert on other types of mesh. So is everything hunky-dory? Am I up and out my wheelchair and cartwheeling around the room again? No. But that little seed of hope, that little ray of light and rainbow in the grey sky of despair is blossoming into a tree of life. And I know sometimes circumstances are so rough. I hear you and I feel you. I know what it's like to have constant pain, to have loss, to have financial worries, to be grieving the death of a loved one, to be upset by broken and fractured relationships, to hate the job that you're in. All of these things are bear down on you unless you have hope. And if you have hope, the hope is like a bridge to the new day, to the new dawn. And yeah, it might not happen instantly. Come on, I have been hoping for a face cream for wrinkles and cellulite for years. But that hope keeps me going. The hope that some of the projects that I write or I imagine are going to actually come to fruition keeps me going and keeps me writing. As I said, I'm a Christian, and my hope is that Jesus Christ is going to come again. He's going to take me out of this world and into heaven, where I will live with him eternally, pain-free. I know that life is tough and just seems like there's no way out. But I would encourage you, have hope. Have hope. Have hope that God can change your circumstances in the twinkling of an eye. Have hope that life is not always going to be this way. So yeah, hope deferred does make a heart sick. But that's the deferring of hope. That's the giving up. That's when you see no chink of light, when there's no rainbows in the sky. I just want to pray for you that you would see the rainbow, that you would see that ray and beam of light that says, yeah, things are crap right now, but they're going to change. They are going to change. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Into the cracks, a little flower appears. Her name is Hope. Thank you.